like that. Hello, Purple Heart Consciousness holders. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby, and I am so happy to be with you this evening. The reason I'm happy to be with you is because good is expanding as we speak right now. We have been doing prayer work on a regular basis. We are proving that there is definitely value in spiritual practice. The universe has created an opportunity for us to demonstrate that and what we can do as a collective. And that collective can move mountains. I hear the words, love can move mountains, and we most definitely are moving a mountain right now. I had a wonderful demonstration last evening, and that demonstration was in my downtime while I was just watching television. I had an opportunity to hear about how scientists all over the world are dropping their research projects to focus on what is happening right now. They're doing their research with COVID-19. And when I say that it is a demonstration, well, we always say what we focus on expands. We have a group of scientists that we've been focusing in our prayer on, and they're starting to all come together. This is a demonstration in itself. And I don't want us to take life for granted, and I don't want us to take what we're doing for granted. So this is one of those moments we just get to breathe and just pay attention and just watch how our work or how we contribute makes a difference, because we all make a difference. Jack Kornfield says that the things that matter most in our lives are not fantastic or grand. They are moments when we touch one another. And this is a moment that we get an opportunity to touch one another. And in that touching, we also get an opportunity to touch ourselves. So I want you to affirm with me these sacred words today. And they come from Ernest Holmes. And they are, today I know that the healing presence of life is within me, forever restoring my mind and my body. Let's say that. And I am going to just lean into the sacred teachings that I am surrounded with all the time. And in the practice of Qigong, I learned to practice Qigong a few years ago when I was moving through a very difficult moment. And for me, it was the movement, and it was part of my process of prayer. And what I learned was the value of doing things in increments of 3, 9, 36, and 99. But for us right now, I just like to affirm this and say this 3 times. Today, I know that the healing presence of life within me is within me, forever restoring my mind and body. Today, I know the healing presence of life is within me, forever restoring my mind and my body. So with that in mind right now, I'm going to invite you to join me as we move into prayer. And as we move into prayer this evening, I want us to continue to remember all of the first responders. I want us to also remember ourselves as we speak the word, knowing that that healing presence is alive and thriving right now. So we're just acknowledging the divine presence of light, that divine presence of love, that divine presence that is the peace that passeth all understanding. And in this wonderful awareness right here, right now, I just take this time to acknowledge it as that divine essence that continues to grow and express itself as love, as peace, as harmony, as joy, as wisdom, as the divine intellect in action, restoring and expressing itself for good and as the highest and greatest expression. And I know too that that which I am affirming right now is the truth about life, and that truth about life includes me. I am one with this presence, and that presence abides within me and expresses within me. And I'm acknowledging it right now as the wonderful power and presence that has already gone before. It has preceded me and it has prepared the way. And I know that in this sacred awareness right now, that the cause for good is alive and thriving. It is moving and expressing itself right now. I know that my body is the temple of wholeness, where the spirit and the light of good expresses itself. So I affirm perfect health for myself. And I'm affirming and knowing that this wonderful presence is alive within each individual that is hearing this prayer. I know that we're all uplifted to the place of the very Most High. And as I know that truth about myself and each individual that hears this prayer, I know that the same truth is alive right now and expanding itself as life ever giving of itself. So I'm claiming this activity as the interest, as the activity, as the authority and the blessing expressing itself right now within every decision that supports the growth and the evolution of good in the world. So I'm claiming a personal demonstration right now where the presence of good expands, that we are prospered beyond that which we cannot even imagine, that the divine is personalizing itself and demonstrating itself as prosperity, where the divine expands itself and expresses itself fully and completely, knowing that there is more than enough, fulfilling itself right now. I know that it expands itself and expresses itself as that divine essence that fulfills itself energetically within each individual. So what I know is there is an exercise of good, and that exercise of good fulfills itself within our physical body, our emotional body. It fulfills itself mentally for us, and it expands itself and expresses itself within the body of our affairs, in our finances, in our relationships. I know that it is that divine presence that inspires itself with great ideas and execution. I know that it expresses itself within our first responders, bringing peace and harmony, where the wisdom of spirit creates itself and fulfills itself. It is that grounding presence bringing a place of safety for all parties concerned, those that are served and even those that are serving. I'm knowing right here, right now, that divine wisdom is moving right now within our leadership, within our government. And it is that divine presence expanding itself within our world leaders. So those sacred words, all things work together for those that love the lordly presence. I know that anchored in this space of love, in my divine understanding of the sacred yes, that universal law, that something divine is expanding and setting itself in motion right now. I know that there is perfect cooperation on all levels, that everyone in the entire universe is working together for good, regardless of where we come from or what we're all about. I know that the commonality of good is all there is, and that commonality of good is that universal good expressing right here and right now in perfect fashion, in perfect peace and perfect harmony. And I am most grateful for that practical expression. I'm grateful for the healing presence. I'm grateful for the doctors, the work that they're doing. I'm grateful for all of the people that are experiencing good right now. I'm grateful for that wonderful strength and the resilience. I'm grateful for self-discovery. I am grateful for I know that that love of God and that love that is divine wisdom abides within me. It abides within humanity. It abides within the center of all life, and that we are all lifted up and blessed beyond that which we cannot even imagine. And I am in this space of perfect peace. And in this space of perfect peace right now, I simply release these words into the action of universal law, knowing it as good and very good. And we affirm together and say, and so it is. Amen. I'm going to open my eyes. I want to look into your eyes. I want to thank you for this wonderful opportunity to affirm the truth. And thank you for being the blessing in my life, because if it were not for you, I would not be up doing my prayer work. And so we all contribute and we all help each other. I'm going to invite you to share this prayer with someone. This may be the thing to support them in moving through this situation right now. So please share it and pass it on. I invite you to join this prayer app, the Prayerful Heart app, and the other thing that I'm going to invite you to do. I'm just challenging everyone. Please send in a personal prayer request. I know life is in session. Send in a personal prayer request, and we have a team of wonderful prayer practitioners ready to pray with you. They're staying at home and they're waiting. So please send in that prayer request. I love you all. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Namaste.